Imagine a chihuahua duct taped to a kite made of human skin. And that is the best way I can describe a Colugo, the world's weirdest gliding animal. This thing is kind of like a bat, but just slightly worse in every way. Like, can it fly? No, but it can glide 300 feet from tree to tree. Does it have wings? No, but it's transformed its entire body into a wing, with little flappy bits connecting all around to make it look like some sort of hellish tortilla. Are they as freakishly adorable or hideously ugly as bats? No, they're pretty mid-looking, but to confirm this fact, I'm gonna have to travel to the jungles of the Philippines, specifically to the island of Bohol. This jungle is filled to the brim with Colugos, but they're nocturnal. So my only chance to see them with enough daylight to make filming possible is to arrive here in the last couple hours before sunset, where they start to wake up and get on the move.
Alrighty guys, we are here in the Raja Sikatuna, the largest untouched forest left in Bohol, and we are looking for one of the weirdest animals on Earth, the Colugo, otherwise known as the flying lemur. Now, this creature is not a lemur, it does not fly, but it does glide and it is related to primates, so I am very much hoping we see this thing, and it would be my first gliding animal if we see one. So we're gonna comb around the trees, look, and I'm really hoping we can see this once-in-a-lifetime animal.
Now, it didn't take long to find one of these guys. In fact, as I went for a less boring opening take, I spotted a dark blob hanging on a tree that just so happened to be exactly what we were looking for.
Alright guys, we found our first Colugo, and I cannot believe, we haven't even started our little trek into the jungle and it's just right off the road. So weird, way more active than I thought. I expected it to be a very sloth-like animal, not really moving, but it's hopping up the tree. I am really hoping I can film it glide. That would be so far highlight of my trip to the Philippines. But just look at that head, unlike anything else, almost like a living sock puppet, just so weird.
Now, although this creature doesn't quite match the weirdness of the tarsier I filmed for my last video, it definitely holds its own, especially with how it moves. You can see how much its excess skin makes it difficult for it to climb up these trees. And they're so ungainly that you'll never see a Colugo on the ground. In fact, they get all the water they'll ever need from licking the rainwater droplets on leaves. But this animal's true skills shine when it climbs upside down, like the fastest sloth you've ever seen. It moved through the branches with such an unsettling speed, and when it gets to a high enough perch, it does the incredible.
Okay, seeing that Colugo take off, mind-blowing. When it deployed its little kite-like wings, I did not think I was actually going to see one glide. I thought that was such a rare occurrence, but sure enough, climbed way up the tree, glided way down to another high trunk, and then it climbed up again. And there's another one over there. This forest is crawling with Colugos.
I was able to see these guys glide quite a few times that night, but man, videos do not do it justice. I tried to capture it in slow motion, but it seems like I was just out of frame each time. But ironically, the best shot taken of the glide was from a guy who happened to be filming on his smartphone. So big shout out to Zoltan to put my fancy camera to shame.
Now this animal, it has more gliding fabric than any other. Not only is it from its hands to its legs, but even between its fingers and even on its neck. So out of all the gliding animals, none of them are built as much like a kite as this one. And when it deployed its wings and soared, it was truly like an alien had just taken off from the tree. I have seen nothing like that. I personally, I've never seen an animal glide before, and that was just shocking to actually witness it. And these aren't small things. This isn't a little flying squirrel. When it looked like a 2-foot just square. It looked like the movie Nope with that UFO. It was crazy. I'm gonna hopefully get some more. And oh my god, right above me. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna cut this and go to that one.
Yeah, unfortunately my cameraman thought I was dropping like an award-winning acting performance and didn't tilt the camera, but a Colugo really did just fly right over my head. Out of any animal I've seen, I would encourage you guys to go and see a Colugo. To this day, seeing a creature glide like that in person is a feeling that I doubt I'll ever be able to top. Even though the island of Bohol promotes its tarsiers, I am seriously encouraging the government to focus more ecotourism into seeing seeing this animal in the wild. I would make a whole other trip just to see more of these guys, and I'm sure many others would too. And not only could Colugos bring in a lot more money from ecotourism, but they're 90% of the Philippine eagle's diet, the most iconic and important animal to this country. So keeping them around and protecting the species can only lead to more good. Seeing a creature glide, especially one as big as the Colugo, was one of the coolest experiences of my life. But it's not the only gliding animal here. In fact, this area of the world has more gliding creatures than any other. But there is one that breaks the laws of physics and seems more impossible than all the others. That being the flying snake, and I'll show you guys that next time.